Good morning, Kevin.
Hey, Earl. Great to see you as always.
Absolutely, my friend. How was your weekend?
It was great. I spent all weekend all hyped because I was like, man, I get to talk real estate with Earl on Monday.
That's right. It's our highlight of the week, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Well, hey, it was a busy weekend out and about. I think you said that you've got some stats on what the market's up to.
I do. I really do. One of the things that's happening right now, a lot of people are talking about when it comes to inventory. So nationally, right now, months inventory on market is right around four months inventory. As we creep closer to that, average of 6 months, which we like to call a balanced market. We're still slightly nationally in a seller's market. But when we look more localized here, the Greater Hampton Roads area, in the month of September, we only had 2 months of inventory on market, which showed, a super strong seller's market. Halfway through October, we're right around 7. So it actually shows it could be leaning the needle a little bit into the buyer side of things.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it.
Yeah.
We've been hearing for months and months and months, there's nothing out there. There's nothing to look at. There's no inventory. Goodness,
Right.
It sounds like there actually is homes on the market now.
Absolutely. More homes are definitely coming to the market, even though I don't expect us to end the month at 7. I expect it to probably tick down closer to somewhere around that national average, maybe 3, maybe 4, something like that. But it's definitely showing that we almost have double the inventory we did last month.
Wow. And that was even better.
Yeah.
It got to the point where, you put a house on the market and you got multiple offers the same day.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You still in certain markets, you still get that exact same thing happening right now. You throw the home on the market. If it fits the right target price range, multiple offers will flow in. And you kind of get into that bidding war situation even here in October. But for the majority of people, they have a little bit longer, which takes me to my next point. The average days on market to sell right now in the Greater Hampton Roads, I'll use last month's number, September, because it's a full month, was 25 days. Okay. Halfway into October, we're at 28 days, which, really is not that much of a difference. And like I said, we're only halfway through, so that'll adjust itself down over the next couple of weeks. I expect it to be right around the same range, somewhere about 25 to 27 days,
That's still pretty quick.
Oh yeah,
under years ago, houses would sit on that market 2-3 months, 4-6 months, even depending upon your price point.
Yes, and all that's still happening in the essence of people saying, "Oh, 8% interest rates, the sky's falling." No. It doesn't. If you need to move, you need to move. That's what it's about. Situations change. People move on. We get married. We pass away, things like that. So, we have to make those moves when we make them. And there was something I was touching on briefly last week too, was just the instance of, well, not the instance of, but the clarity around deceleration of the market and deappreciation of the market. As we know, the market is slowing down, but it's not drastically dropping as far as in regards to prices. Actually, as of today, with the inventory, we see the actual appreciation up about 1.8% nationally. That's month over month, seasonally adjusted numbers, of course. But since January, almost 11.8%.
That's significant.
Interesting. Like I said, now those are national numbers, so don't think about that. Locally, people don't write me, don't send me any hate emails saying, "Hey, Earl, you said my house was 12% up in Newport News." No, I can't say that. But nationally, that's some things that were happening.
Yep. I just saw a quote from CBS News, kind of along what you were saying. If you're in the market for a new home, experts typically recommend focusing your search on the right home purchase, not the interest rate environment. They're saying the best advice for a move is don't try to control what you can't control. We can't control mortgage rates. So it is what it is. And they'll probably come down. You'll probably be able to refinance. But when you need a home is the best time to purchase a home.
Absolutely. And that leads into our next point here, because like you and I were talking about, some of the issues that I've been seeing recently is buyers are getting almost to the finish line, then they're getting this astronomical number to come to closing with. That's way outside of what they had planned or budgeted for, and the deal falls out. But I know you're saying it's something that you guys have with a rate lock that's very beneficial to buyers, right?
Yeah, you were saying people were not locking in their interest rate till later in the process, and it was causing them to have purchases fall apart, become unaffordable, having cash to close go up. In fact, I don't know if you are on Reddit at all, but I follow a loan originators subreddit. And someone recently posted, company I've been working for about a month now, basically buys credit trigger leads. So that's basically when someone applies for a mortgage, the credit bureaus sell that information to other mortgage companies. And says they pitch them at a 5.5% cash out refinance, pressures them into quick closing, and then their rate is not at all what they promised. So it's basically a bait and switch. It's out there. And when you see stuff on the internet, etc., if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, because the market sets the rates. Sure, there can be slight variances, but at the end of the day, we're all fishing from the same pond. And we offer what we call a lock with a float down. So you were saying you had folks that weren't locked in and things just got worse for them. Right. Ask your lender, do you offer a lock with a float down? So you can lock early in the process. As soon as you're under contract, so your rate can't go up, the float down means it can float down. So if during the process the rates drop, you can float down and lower your rate to the lower market rate later in the process, and that way you have that protection. It won't go up, but it can come down, so you can safely play the market. And I'd love to say that we do that just because we want to give everybody the best deal, which of course we do, but also right. We don't want people leaving us. If we've been working with you for weeks or even months, we don't want you leaving us because we locked you here, rates got better, and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to try to start over somewhere else. Well, we don't want that. We want to keep you. So, it works both ways. It helps buyers save money, and it helps us keep folks moving forward with us down the road.
Man, that's super awesome. And I hope you people are, definitely listening to this and hearing this. You can lock your rate in at contract ratification, and it won't go up, but you stand the potential of saving money if it goes down. Yep. That's cool.
The value of working with a good, licensed, local, reputable mortgage company.
Absolutely.
Stuff you find online, the stuff at these crazy big box and internet lenders, it may sound great, but you don't have that experience. You're not going to have that person to rely on if there's any turbulence.
Right.
And you know what? If your realtor referred you to somebody, you're probably going to get what you expect.
Absolutely.
Possibly even better.
Absolutely. And a lot of times, a lot of buyers, a lot of my clients have always said, I like doing business with local lenders because I can always go see them if I have a question or if I have an issue, which is rarely, but if I do, I can go sit down and have a real face-to-face conversation with them.
Absolutely. And not many people come face-to-face anymore these days. Right. But, we're here if that was necessary. But more than anything, your local lender, somebody not in a call center somewhere, they're going to be the more experienced folks. They're going to be the people that when you do have an issue, you call and get them again and again, not just whoever's on the team and not intimately familiar with your situation.
Absolutely. And like we spoke about earlier too, real estate is super localized. So it's what's happening in your area. So like you said, those out-of-state lenders, they really don't know what's happening here. They just see, the ballpark figure.
Yeah. And as a listing agent, I'm sure you are more comfortable if you see a pre-approval letter from somebody like, and trust versus just some, ABC mortgage in, whatever state, whatever area.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely would. I definitely always love to see if, like I said, a mortgage letter came from you. I always can enjoy that because I know I can call them in. You can talk about, what's going on, if we need to close sooner, if we need to close later, different adjustments that need to be made along the way. We can make those happen without a hiccup. So that's always beautiful.
Or you're just more confident it'll close, period.
Look, you said a mouthful with that one, because like you said, being confident that it'll close, period, is that is unbelievably one of the most underthought things in home buying. Most people think, I signed the contract, it's going to close, I'm going to make it all the way there. We see things fall out at the closing table, pen in hand, but deal doesn't get done.
Yep. Yeah, we're in the business, and whenever I buy a house, it's still little, I know what the process is. In the back of my mind, I know everything's going to be fine, but you still get a little nervous. It's still a big deal.
It is. It really, really is. Absolutely, man. Kevin, hey, always a pleasure, my man. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Until next time.
Until next time. Have a good one, buddy.